You guys, the blue cabinet, hutch, whatever you want to call it, piece of furniture in our living room, like dining room transition space, is so embarrassing. I can't actually believe that I'm about to record a video for you where I show you exactly how bad it is, but I'm glad you guys are here. Welcome to my channel. I'm Shanna, and this is my life under renovation. So a part of that whole renovation process for me is just keeping things organized, decluttered, clean, neat, and tidy, and our blue cabinet is anything but that. So come along, as embarrassing as it might be for me, come along and join me, and I'm going to show you from start to finish, before and after, exactly what I did, and hopefully it'll give you a little inspiration. Okay, let's just get started. There she is in all of her messy glory. I love this cabinet, first off, cabinet hutch, whatever you'd like to call it. But we found this on one of our buy-sell trade pages for $100, probably 3 or 4 years ago, and it's been like the perfect piece for our living room. It just brings a little bit of that like old school vibe. This thing is solid. It's like the sides of it are one solid piece, like one solid cut of wood. So it's extremely heavy but super duper durable. The people that had it before us used it to store their gaming things, like kids' games and things, and they also weathered it here. I'm showing where they did, like, they chalk painted and they used the wax and I don't know, some sort of an aging technique though to make it look older, to kind of match the era and the time that it's from. And then I added these cute little knobs to it, and my daughter decided to adorn it with her preschool monthly pictures that they did. So I'm going to be taking those down. I actually have before, and then she puts them back on. But as I pan back here, you can see that being the first flat surface that you come to on our home, this thing looks absolutely horrible. Everyone just tosses things on it. People that can reach up high there put things up on the taller shelves. The only place that's safe on this whole thing is the very, very tip-top shelf, because nobody can reach that high. But aside from that one, it's become, just cluttered, and it's messy. I'm pointing here to my husband's collection of items that he's got. But then as you move further down the shelves, they're just as messy, if not messier. And I don't know, just want to make this thing feel fresh and clean and organized, and help make the decor shine and not get hidden behind all of this mess. As we pan down to this next shelf here, this is where I store all of my cookbooks, and I would love to find a different spot for those eventually, but for now that's where those remain. And then as I pan down here to this main landing, main shelf, this is the one that's just an extreme disaster. So it's right at all my kids' reach level, height, and it's a dumping zone. That's all it is. So it typically here would house like art and craft supplies, and then Play-Doh toys, and then my daughter's hair bows and hair things, which that may seem kind of odd, but that is just where we keep her hair things, and we do her hair downstairs in the mornings after she's gotten dressed and ready. So it just works for us. It may seem weird to others, but it works with our schedule and the way that we make our mornings flow. Well, you've seen how bad the outside of this is now, so just brace yourself as I show you what the inside of this cabinet looks like. You probably thought it couldn't get worse, and here it is. It does. This is where we store art and craft supplies on this side, and then over here on the other side, this top shelf here originally was just for tech gadgets. I'm not sure what all's going on in there, to be completely honest, and this is where all of the art and craft supplies have spilled over to the other side. Zoomy and I have clearly got our work cut out for us. Let's pan back here, and I will show you the full picture and all that I have to work on. So my plan here is to completely empty this cabinet, do a good deep clean of the shelves and the inside of the cabinet where the doors are, And then I'm going to show you the whole process of purging, and then I will put it all back together, and it's going to be beautiful when we're all done. So let's get started. One of the best pointers I can offer when you're emptying a messy space such as this one is to always have a trash can or a garbage bag or something nearby so you can be tossing garbage as you go. One thing I was doing to help myself out as I emptied these cabinet shelves was to separate items into like piles. So this just helped. Once I got the whole shelf vacuumed and cleaned out, it was helpful to have them already kind of in their own little categories, and just made the process go smoother when it was time to put everything back into the cabinet. It's all empty, yay! This is just the best feeling, minus the humongous pile of things that need to be sorted and organized here on the floor. But still, we're making progress here, which is the best feeling ever when you're working on a project like this. Alright, time for some sorting. So we already kind of broke things down into categories, but now it's time to break those categories down into even smaller ones. So I'm breaking these down into like 12 by 12 size scrapbooking paper, and then like the standard size, I'll have a pile for that, and then like stickers, and then embellishments. So then when it's time to put all these things into the little containers I have set aside for these items, they'll already be like in like sizes, like categories. Look at all of that garbage we've already collected. So that whole trash can was full, which is amazing. All of these supplies are organized now into categories that are similar and like, and now it's time to put them into containers so we can get them organized and back into that cabinet for much more functional storage. I found these awesome containers at Costco, so I don't know that they have them anymore, but they come in a 5-pack, and I was really hoping that they would fit my 12 by 12 scrapbooking paper, but that didn't quite work out, and that's okay. They still worked really, really well for collecting all these other size papers in one local spot instead of just piled and stacked up in there. And these boxes stack really nicely, so if I can find the link for those, I will link those for you guys below. This second box here is going to house like smaller scraps of paper, and also like little kid style stickers, embellishments, things like that, so that my daughter will know this tub here is one that she can grab anytime and just dig into and create to her heart's desire. I believe I got these little like standing magazine racks on our local buy sell trade page for very low cost. So they worked fabulously for stacking things like this, like the taller sheets of stickers and stencils and some of this chipboard stuff. So I just love how that worked out, and it stacks it all neat and tidy. Next was time to organize all of these little things. So washi tape, stickers, all sorts of fun stuff. And then it was back to cleaning, so I had vacuumed. Now it's time to wipe this shelf out. And I just wanted to show you how cool. I mean, this is legit old school wood in this cabinet. And so Zumi popped in to say hi. She's always coming to visit. She seriously helps me with everything. Sometimes she's a little too helpful, but she wants to have her nose in every single thing I'm doing. So back to this little spot is so cool. It shows you that there really is, like, was from a legit piece of wood. There's the hole even on the shelf. So time to put everything back in now, which is the exciting part. And it's kind of, you know, trial and error when you do this. See what fits best, what will work best for reaching in and pulling different items out. You have to just kind of try and see what pans out best for you. Look at all of that garbage. Isn't that just the best? That makes me so happy to see all that stuff leaving. If you haven't had a chance to subscribe yet to my channel, I would absolutely love if you would do so and give this video a like if you're finding some inspiration here and enjoying this whole process so far. I'd absolutely appreciate it. All right, time to get started on this top portion of this cabinet hutch. So we got the bottom inside the doors looking fabulous, and now it's time to get this top portion just decluttered and sorted, organized, all of that good stuff. So here we go. A lot of people would have started at the top of the cabinet and worked their way down, but I opted to do the opposite because this bottom shelf was just the worst. And so I figured I'd get the worst of it out of the way at the beginning, and then it would make the rest of the things seem easy. So that was the process that I chose to use to attack this whole upper shelf portion of this project. I was wondering if any of you who possibly watched my clean, declutter, organized video of my living room and dining room, if you noticed that I completely ignored this hutch altogether in that video. And now you're seeing why. This was a complete project in and of itself, and that's why I just never even really showed this in that entire video. So I'll link that video down below if you're curious what I'm talking about, and I'd love to have you swing in and watch that one as well when you get a second. All right, the shelves are empty. Here are all of those items that I removed from the shelves, and so now is the fun part, which is also kind of just a trial and error process, honestly. Of putting all these things back onto the shelves. So, you know, here we have our blank slate, and I love that every time I do this project, you know, in any area of the home, but especially on this cabinet hutch deal. I absolutely love just the fact that I have a blank slate and I can change it up if I want to. I've completely redone this and have, you know, had it look completely different. And this time I'm kind of opting to stick with, for the most part, the same look, the same organization process, but this is definitely my favorite and most satisfying part of this project, is when I get to place items back on here. It's just the best. I have tons of fun. I like to start with the bigger items first, and then can I just stand back and look and like visually place the rest of the smaller items, the smaller decor in after I've, you know, it's basically like filling in the gaps. So put the bigger items in first, and then kind of just try to create some balance and some symmetry. And a lot of times I'll put it all together and then I stand back and I'm like, yeah, I don't really like that. And so that's totally fine too. It's fine to, you know, fine tune it after the fact as well, and maybe swap some things like, oh, this plant would look better over here and this would look better here. Okay, it's all done. And it's all neat and organized, and we're gonna hope and pray that it stays this way for a long time. So the top I didn't do anything on, as you probably saw in the video. I just cleaned it, of course. And then on this shelf up here, just some cute little decorations, some vintage books, and some fun little things. And then this one, some more cute decor, the books. I'd love to find a different place for all of these cookbooks, but for now that's the best place for them, so that's why they're there. The bottom shelf didn't change any either. I just I went through and I organized, of course, purged some things out of the hair ties bin, and then just went through and cleaned up and reorganized all of these Play-Doh and art and craft bins. And I love how this little piece right here came out. I used one of those mirrors. If you saw my thrift and shopping haul video, I found this little mirror, and until I'm ready to do my gallery wall, I thought that looked cute. I don't know, I like the reflections on there with the decor sitting on top. And then time to open up the bottom portion here. So this one, I did a lot of organizing, a ton of purging, which you saw in there, and I know I shared some of that process, but it just looks so much nicer in there. I mean, there's still a lot that could probably go, but I know exactly where everything is now, and it's neat and tidy and organized, and it works. So I'll pan back here a little bit. So much better than what it was before. So much better. So I love it. And then the full upper shelves again. Anyways, I feel like it turned out good. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing the before and the after. That's always my favorite part of these videos. And I hope you guys will come back for more. And oh, the other thing I was actually going to say, I'm going to close this and then pan back and show you guys something really fast. One last thing. As I was working on this project, I was considering maybe painting this at some point. I love the color, but it's dinged up. There's all these dings along here from kids and just living life in a house with 5 people. But if this was your house, what color would you paint this? If I do and decide to redo it, it wouldn't be anything like coming up here soon, but future project that I can add to my list of to-dos. But I love hearing what other people think. So would you keep it the same color? Would you do the aged look that's already on here? What color would you do it in? I'd love to know. I'd love to hear your thoughts. So anyways, check back for more soon, and I can't wait to see you guys in my next video. Bye.